What I want to ask every Jamaican, is your life better? Can you afford the same things you used to be able to afford? Do you have to choose between paying your utilities, buying food, or buying medication? Is your life better?
PNP won tonight. Yeah? Julian
Yes,
Robinson. Julian, just a moment. Julian Robinson, yes? Again, expectations. Very important in terms of how the public will assess.
Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Ann Isabel Rose. And in this one, Team PNP outdid themselves for round 2 in the economics debate. Even a Cliff Hughes had to basically admitted that Team PNP brought it last night. And the person that wowed them the most was a Julian Robinson. He was basically a opposition spokes finance person who was more on the reserve side, but when we saw him come out last night, Julian Robinson came out. He was the true MVP of the debate last night, and everybody is talking. We see the Jamaica Labour Party representatives keep going back in the past. They want to dig up the FinSAC, but as Julian Robinson said, they must publish the entire FinSAC report. Don't give us a half redacted report and making it seem as if that's a full report or money paid for the report to be published. And under a People's National Party leadership, they will expose those reports. But I want you to listen snippets from this debate, and I'm mostly going to show from the People's National Party side. We've seen Christopherton basically came out trying to spin things, but we know that he's good at spinning. He's a spin doctor, but him couldn't spin this one. Team PNP came out victorious for the second time around.
Let's say that people are concerned about their standard of living because they're talking about things that happened in the 90s. That's over 30 years ago. Young people who are listening, does that affect your life now? Yet still, they're not speaking about the scandals that young people, anybody 25 years and younger, would have experienced what happened with rural reading education, to the point that education is behind. We are celebrating as a country five subjects being attained by 19% of our children. That's 1 in every 5. Is your child one of the 5 that is attaining 5 subjects? And if your child is not, what is happening to them? Our standards are too low. What happened to the used car scandal? What happened to Petrojam scandal? And I'm sure there are many others. Come on, man. 30 years ago we're talking about.
Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. Thank you. Time.
The 0% in year 1 as an insult to public sector workers. The party says they have looked at the budget and fiscal policy paper and will do better for the public sector workers if elected. What percentage increase would a PNP administration propose?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say, we are going to treat public sector workers with respect and dignity. I won't talk to the JTA president like the Minister of Education and say him performing at his conference. That is disrespect. Disrespect is when you need to get a meeting, you have to get restive and threaten strike action. The fiscal policy paper has, in its first year, 9%. In the second year, 6%. In the third year, 6%. They have offered 0. That is not an offer. We will do better. But by lifting the income tax threshold to 3.5 million, we are easing the pressure. We ease in the pressure on our nurses. We ease in the pressure on our policemen. We ease in the pressure so that more money will be in their pockets. They have a history of dealing with civil servants with disrespect. You right now have 2 sets of civil servants in the same office doing the same thing and earning different salaries. A whole set of anomalies that arose from the public sector compensation review. They haven't addressed it. There's supposed to be a meeting tomorrow with the JCTU and you cancel it. They are the ones who treat them with disrespect. We have a history of working with our public sector in the interest of this country, and we will continue to do so. So when we come into office, it will be better than 0% because there is money in the budget to provide better for public servants.
And that is a big insult and injustice to the public sector workers. If the fiscal policy paper is saying that they should have gotten 9% in the first year and the others 6 and other percentage, why then that this government has come to offer 0%? 0% is not an offer. 0% is an insult, a big insult to our public sector workers. Now, Miss Anderson from Team PNP posed a very serious and critical question to the Jamaican people. And Julian's closing remarks was something to talk about.
What I want to ask every Jamaican, is your life better? Can you afford the same things you used to be able to afford? Do you have to choose between paying your utilities, buying food, or buying medication? Is your life better?
Jamaica, the current macroeconomic figures look good, but what is your lived reality? What do you go through every single day? The reality you face is that you are living hand to mouth. You are working, but you can only afford to go to work and come back based on the wages that you earn. You are working poor. 55% of Jamaicans are considered food insecure, which means they cannot afford to eat a proper meal per day. If they go to the hospitals that Chris supposed to bill, them can't find toilet paper or a bed. Jamaica, you deserve better. Time come for a better life. The next People's National Party administration will lift the tax threshold to 3.5 million so we can put more money in the pockets of working Jamaicans. We are going to eliminate the tax on overtime so that, again, people can get a break. The same people who are working hard to build our economy. We're going to run a more efficient economy so that this thing called the Office of Plenty Ministries, that is a bottleneck where nothing can go through and it takes you a year to do something. We're going to eliminate those efficiencies so that we can grow the economy beyond 1%. We are going to ensure that anybody who is the first in their family gets a scholarship, and that means for persons who are currently at university, we are going to ensure that those who are buying a house get the $500,000 deposit. And I want to assure persons who earn over 3.5 million that this tax benefit is for you too. So what are we going to do? We're going to build a Jamaica in which all Jamaicans can feel a part of. So come September 3rd, when you go to the polling station, I want you to think carefully. I want you to use your head and put the X beside the head.
I'm thinking, yes, as a political commentator, a political observer, watching, looking on at this moment, PNP won tonight. Yeah? Julian Robinson, just a moment. Julian Robinson, yes, again, expectations. Very important in terms of how the public will assess. Julian is not usually like this. He's usually soft-spoken. Yes. Tonight, you saw a Julian Robinson who was on the attack, shouting. Yeah. I think that would go over well
It
with
will
his
go over
base.
well with his base.
Yeah. And as such, they're going to say, boy, Julian, come out tonight.
So we see the Labour rights them run out for the first round after Emily Shields gave it to Team PNP. And them say AI. So now that Cliff Hughes run out now because them say Cliff Hughes them a listen to. So now that Cliff Hughes run out and him can't hide the obvious, and he gave the second round again to the People's National Party, I wonder if them are going to run out and bash him and say my AI. And just to add, the fact that it's an economy debate, I thought they would have left the closing remarks to the finance minister, who's basically second in command after the prime minister. So I thought that they would have allowed her to give the closing remarks for Team JLP, but that didn't happen. What do you think about that as well? But for me, personally, all in all, Team PNP did very well. There was a point in the first segment where Miss Anderson of Team PNP, she didn't elaborate much on a question asked of her in the first round. But other than that, she redeemed herself. And sometimes we have to give and take because maybe, sometimes nerves, get the better of some persons when they're, doing basically public speaking and all of that. But as I stated, she redeemed herself. And all in all, Team PNP, a job well done. Congratulations to Team PNP for the second economics round of the election debate. We await the leadership debate coming between Mark Jefferson Golden and Anju Oates. ABR family and viewers, please go ahead and rate this debate. How much would you have given Team PNP versus Team JLP? Drop that in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel on the road to 50k subscribers. Help me to get there. Get this video to at least 10,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself. Happy Wednesday.